Brad Waller, coming to you once again from the seat of my 1967 Chevelle as I'm off doing another drive. And today I'm going to talk about more personnel decisions. One of the things I've got a responsibility of being on the school board is there are some personnel issues. And that's actually been the hardest part of the job. When I first started, I was expecting budget questions and people being angry because not enough money is being allocated to a program or salaries or a certain teacher being, a favorite teacher, being let go, those kinds of things. And, that I was ready for because that really is just more operations. But when you get into individuals, that's where it gets harder. It's one thing to sit there and say, oh yeah, this is our budget, this is what we got to do. If our budget is lower this year by $2 million, guess what? We got to cut. We got to do something. That's the way the world works. But when you get into an individual, that's the thing that I really wasn't as prepared for. But that's also, I don't get paid, but that's what they pay me for. That's what I'm here for. That's why I am here. And so what I need to do is I need to make sure that, when any kind of employment decision is made that I have authority over, which is only a few actually, we have the best possible person for the job, even if it causes issues. And so that's where I am at the moment, actually. I'm in one of those places where I thought we had a plan in place and we knew what we were going to be doing, and the rest of my board seems to be feeling slightly differently, so I may be off in the minority. And I'm going to be making arguments and seeing how well I can sway them. And if I can't sway them, well, so be it. And that's the other thing about being on a board. You don't always win, but it's not that when you lose that you go off and you tell everybody about it and say, oh, it was a 4-1 vote and they made the wrong decision. It's like when a board makes a decision, you are part of that board. It's your responsibility to back up the board. And no matter what the vote is, when asked about it, your answer is, the board voted and the choice is blank. The board decided to do whatever. Whether you are on the side that voted for or voted against, you go along with the majority and support the position and support the board. Otherwise, it causes divisiveness and loss of confidence in the board itself. I learned this back when I was on the founding board for the Performance Marketing Association, the PMA, which is for all performance and affiliate marketing related businesses. And when we were on that board, we set ourselves up as a policy board. So what that means is the board sets the policy, and then the executive director, or in some company cases it's the CEO, and school boards it's the superintendent. It's their responsibility to implement our policy. And when that implementation doesn't work, that's when you take action about giving bad reviews or firing that CEO, superintendent, whatever it is for that position. I have not had to do that yet, luckily. But that's the idea, though, is that your board is not a working board. Your board doesn't do all the work, and they don't implement all the policies and everything else. They come up with the ideas, come up with the policies, and give somebody with authority the ability to implement those. And if they can't, well, you have to get somebody else. That's not the situation I'm dealing with now. It's hiring a new person and making sure that we have the absolute best possible person for this job. And it's tough. How do you guarantee that you have the best possible person? Well, you've got to potentially spend money on consultants, search consultants, and have them go out and help you. And so that's kind of where I'm at now is, do we spend the money or not? How do we do that? It'll be interesting. All right. Once again, Brad Waller in his Chevelle.